Grab your pen and paper because this is the only video you are going to need to reach your hair goals in 2025. First things first, put down the hair growth oils, the hair teas, the gummies. Why? Because it's all meaningless unless you understand what is going on internally with your body. I know I'm not going to tell you to drink more water, even though you should be. What I will say is find out what you are currently deficient in. If you're like me, I am anemic, so I need to make sure that I am getting enough iron in my diet, so that can be through food or through supplement. Why? Because anemia causes, guess what? Hair loss and hair thinning, and baby girl, we do not need that if that is preventable. So make sure you address that first before spending your money on anything new. Hate to point out the obvious, but trim those ends. And I am talking to myself too. It's only going to get worse. It's never going to get better. The longer you wait, the worse it will get. I recommend about 2 trims a year, maybe 3 to 4 times if you tend to manipulate your hair a lot. So that means like you wear a lot of braided hairstyles, wash and goes, those type of hairstyles, you may want to trim a little bit more in between. And what I like to do is just kind of dust my ends every now and again. I do usually about 2 big trims and then dust my hair throughout the year. Let's keep the hair routine simple. Find a good quality shampoo and a good quality deep conditioner. In my opinion, you only need 1 good quality shampoo and 2 deep conditioners, 1 for moisturizing and 1 for strengthening your hair. Don't fall into the trap of chasing trends and purchasing so many products. Guys, products expire. Like, I have a bunch of products that I have to give away all the time because it's just too much. You don't need that many products unless it's just something that you enjoy doing every now and then. In addition to your routine, invest in a good hair steamer. I swear by hair steamers, they have changed the quality of my hair. I've been using them for about 6 years now, I believe, and literally, if you live in a cold environment like me, you need to be invested in a hair steamer. It just makes the deep conditioner penetrate through your hair a lot better. So invest in a good hair steamer. I'm not going to tell you what styling products or leave-ins that you should be using because I feel like that is quite personal. Just use what makes your hair feel good. Listen to your hair and use what works for you. Does it last throughout the week? Does it make your hair feel good? Then use that. Obviously, classic, figure out what your hair porosity is and use one of these methods, the LCO or the LOC method. Once you do that, you've got the moisture game on lock. The next tip might ruffle some feathers, but follow people who look like you. I feel like this is pretty self-explanatory. If you need some hair inspiration or you need to find genuine hair tips that actually work for you, those are the people that you need to be following. It's kind of like when you go on Google or you go on Pinterest and type in hairstyles and you put for black girls. Literally, it's the same thing like that. If you're following people who don't look like you, don't be surprised if you don't reach your hair goals. What about protective hairstyles? Say it with me. Protective hairstyles are only protective if you're actually taking care of your natural hair. So that means not leaving in your braids for long periods of time, not doing extremely long braids for long periods of time. I'm someone who loves booty length braids, but when it comes to my edges, I will do the braids at least up to here, and then the rest of my hair can be super long, because if my edges are tugging, then it's over. We are in a different territory. Also, if you're someone who likes to wear wigs, make sure you have regular access to your scalp, and make sure you're going to a stylist who actually cares about your hair, the integrity of your hair, and just knows how to handle your hair as well. Here's a few hairstyle inspirations if you have tightly coiled hair. I love these styles. I've been incorporating these kinds of styles into my hair for like 2 years now. I recently did a hairstyle which was super cool, and half of my hair was natural and half of it had the extensions in, and it just gave it this really nice natural look to it. So I would recommend doing those hairstyles. Also, keeping your hair stretched, so that can be with blow dries, it could be with the banding method, whatever method you choose. Try and keep your hair stretched at least a few times a year. So if you're someone like me who has tightly coiled hair, your hair tends to wrap around itself if you're doing a lot of hairstyles like wash and goes. So try and stay away from wash and goes. If you have a wash and go, maybe do a twist out instead. You know, I used to not be a twist out babe, but now I have to do the twist outs because my hair likes to. And finally, just don't do too much, you know? Even though I've just told you like a bunch of things to do, but just don't do too much. Like, listen to your hair and do what works for you. And I hope these tips are helpful. Let me know if you have any questions and I will answer them in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.